This is part 2. Hang in there. Hello fellow vapors, Vaping Newbie here, and this is part 2 of a two-part videos. I'm talking about some juice from a company called Mimo Premium E-Liquids. Link is down below to their webpage as well as their Facebook page. Presently, as I mentioned in the first one, they only ship within Canada, but they are definitely worth checking out. The first video I covered 4 juices, one that got me extremely excited. The next 3 juices that Mike sent me, and Mike is the flavorist of Mimo, I sort of made them intentionally the second video because the flavor profiles I wasn't thinking I'd be crazy about. So I wanted to do ones that I knew I was going to enjoy and then do ones that I was on the fence about and didn't know exactly how to go about them. I wanted to taste them a bit, and you know what? I'm a bit behind. I think I'm a week behind doing this video. And I apologize, Mike. I wanted to get my head around it. I wanted to really feel out the flavors and give it a fair shake. So I hope I did that. And folks, you're going to want to visit this page because Mike, to revisit, just a guy that wanted to create a good juice for himself. And he did it in such a way that he enjoyed it so much, he's sharing it with us. And you can order online, and he has some out in some of the shops. So I don't really know who has them, but it's Mimo Premium E-Liquid, and you can get them online. So bear with me. I'm going to set it all up, and we're going to start talking juice. Okay, we're going to look at the first juice. Before we do, I always look at the bottles. They're basic e-juice bottles, and the thing I like about them, they have that very narrow tip or nozzle, if you will. Easy to get into, easy for drippers, easy for the tank. A lot of tanks I use, you don't have a lot of space. And all these juices are 30% PG, 70% VG juices, and all 3 milligrams of nicotine. Before I start, taste is subjective. What you like, I might not, and what I like, you might not. We always have to keep that in mind, folks. The first juice is, it's a new way I'm doing it. I'm hoping that it won't be in and out of focus. It is custard cookie. And I have this in a Limo 2. It's registering at 1.3 ohms. And I'm going to vape this down at 20 watts. I tried this at 25 watts. I'm going to bring this back. It is a very smooth vape, and this is probably one of the little sleepers in the batch that I received. I wasn't sure how I was going to approach this. It has a sort of non-generic baked goods taste, but there's an undertone that I'm getting that's almost like lemon, and I'm sort of enjoying that. I would like to have a bit more of a punch in the cookie area, but not much of a throat hit, which I enjoy. Especially now we're in a cold season, we don't want things ripping our throats. So that's one thing that I always appreciate is a mellow throat hit, and I'm getting that. I wish there was a tad more baked taste to it, but it is very nice, and it has that lemon undertone, and I actually enjoy that, and that's what I'm picking out. It's very nice. I am enjoying it quite a bit. So let me flip tanks and get back to the next one. Okay, the next juice is, if you can't read that, it's Fruity Lychee. I have this in a Delta 2, which is a 1 ohm coil, like dead on. And I'm vaping this again at 24 watts. Sorry about that. Again, it has that sort of generic fruit to it, but there's something really flavorable. I've been sort of getting away from vaping fruit flavors, but this is actually quite enjoyable. Again, very smooth, and when you vape something very smooth, you can vape it for long periods of time. Now, these juices I've had in my tank for a while and vaping them, so I am enjoying it. As you should always do, put in fresh cotton so you're getting the true flavor. I'm not quite sure what the hell a lychee is. Never had one. If it's part of the mix, it's probably what's separating it from one of those generic fruit flavors. It's probably what makes the difference. It is nice, but again, that fruitiness, it seems to be lacking a punch of something, and I can't put my finger on it. But it is, I have to admit, I am enjoying it. So let me change out tanks and get to the final one. The final juice, and I'll give a shout out to my sister Kelly out in Edmonton, who also looks after juices. This was a challenge for a big reason. And first, let's put up what this juice is. Cup of tea, or as they may say in England, cuppa tea. Um, I was really nervous about this because some time back, and I don't know, it might even be a year ago, I was talking about a vape that I tried, a juice that I tried that was tea, and totally screwed it up and admitted it on the video, if I remember correctly. I can't remember now, it's too long. But when I drink tea, and I love tea. Um, when I'm drinking it, I put in sugar and I put in milk, and you get a different flavor profile from just drinking, black tea. And so in preparation for this, I decided, well, I'm going to try a cup of tea without sugar and milk just to get that flavor going. And then for the last couple of weeks at work, I stopped putting milk in just to try to keep that taste. I put a bit of sugar in. Like I need sugar, right? But seriously, folks, to get that, I wanted to get that sort of flavor profile in me and get used to it before I tried this cup of tea, so I'd give it more of a fair shake. And this, of these three juices, is by far my favorite. The last time I tried a tea vape, right after I did the video, I sent the bottle of juice out to my sister Kelly out in Edmonton because it was tea. Sorry, Kelly, I'm not getting this one. I'm really enjoying it. Mike, I think you've done a great thing with this juice. It has pizzazz. Mike, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. The three juices, that's it. Two of them, I think they sort of lack something for me, and that was the fruity lychee and the custard cookie. They were sort of lacking. They were enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, very enjoyable, but they were lacking something in there. And but they ain't going anywhere because I did, enjoy them. Um, and that's why I say, Mike, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. It's just my perspective, my perception of it. Um, I'm hoping, and no pressure to this shop here in Montreal. I'm hoping Vape Royale will bring these in because I know that Mike from Mimo and Mike from Vape Royale have been talking, so I'm hoping they'll get them. Again, no pressure, because it's a lower priced juice, which I appreciate because I'm cheap, and but it has the quality, and that's important. You want to have that balance, and it has that. So I can walk into a shop here in Montreal and pick this up. And you know what? Hindsight being 2020, I should have vaped the tea vape while I was vaping the happy birthday vape from the first video, which is like a happy birthday cake, because I just love that. I grilled through that bottle real quick. But I could have had like two tanks going and had a really nice dessert going with the cake and the tea. But yeah, I screwed that up. Good job, board. But that's it. You know what? Mimo is new. It's out there. You're in Canada. You're dropping by in Canada. Look them up. They're well worth it if you can get them fed through the border somehow. So be it. You're going to want to try this because I think Mike's doing a wonderful job there. I'm glad you dropped by. You know I like having you over. Please check them out. Mimo Premium E-Liquids. Stay healthy and happy vaping. Take care, folks.